Hi everyone. So it's time for mixed media morsel number 22, and in this one we're going to do some outlined words. This is just another way to do your lettering, and it's really simple, but it has a really cool effect, I think. I've had this sitting in a box for quite a while. I just used some watercolors, I believe it was, on this piece of book text. And I thought the colors on this page look nice next to this one here, so I'm going to use this. And I've already glued it on just to save a little bit of time. The watercolor was wanted to move just a little bit. I tried it on a corner using the Collage Podge, and I'm sure Mod Podge would do the same thing. And it was moving, the color was coming up on the brush, and so I knew it was going to smear, but I got out my matte medium and tried it. And it does well. It did not smear. But this, the reason I coated it was because this page was very chalky. It dried, you know, very, very chalky. I mean, so chalky that it comes off on my hand. And I just did not want to deal with that. And so I went ahead and coated it. I put the page on with a glue stick, and then I coated it with the matte medium. And so now, of course, nothing is coming off. So that's a little tip for you if you ever need to do something like that. I'm going to be writing, like I said, some words, and because this page is so bold, I'm going to put just a little bit of gesso on here to tone it down just a little, and that way we'll be able to see the writing. So I'm going to just, I think I'm going to water this down a little tiny bit. Because we don't want it thick quite covering the color. We just want it to just be toned down a little bit. And I think I'm only going to do it in the center area and just leave some of that color on the edges showing. So I'm going to just kind of go around the page a little like this, just to give it a little edge. Okay. See, and you can see the color through still, and you'll be able to see it even more when it's dry. All right. I still need to punch my holes in this paper, but I'll do that at the end. Okay, so we're all dry. I'm just going to write like a little phrase. You can just choose one word if you want. And this is a little difficult to do on a small scale. So I'm going to show you. I just wrote the word smile here in a larger format so that you can see it a little bit better. But what you're going to do is you're going to write out a word or several words in cursive. You want it to all be connected. And if there's a dot for your eye, something that's separate, just leave it off and you can always put a dot in later. But all you're going to do is make a continuous line all the way around the word. So I'm going to use a marker so that you can see it a little bit better, I hope. Okay, let's use this one. Okay, so just go close to the letter. You don't want, I mean, it depends. I guess if you want your letters to be real fat, you know, you can do that. I choose to keep them a little closer to the line, and that way you get a more slender word at the end. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So anyway, you write right around the line of your word, and you're going to make a continuous line and just keep going. And you want to try to stay the same distance from your line, or pretty close to it, all the way throughout the word. Okay, and then any letters that have space in the center, you want to do the same thing on the inside and just stay close to your line like that. Okay, so it gives you a nice thick version of your handwriting. It's really, I think it's really cool. I'm going to dry this real quick. Okay, and then when you erase your pencil, you get a better idea because it looks so busy with all the pencil and the lines on both sides of what you originally wrote. So when you get rid of all that pencil line, it makes a lot more sense. There you go. All right, so then you can color this in, or you can like do doodling or zentangling in there, depending on the size of your word, of course. If it's small, like the words I use on here are going to have to be really small. But that's the idea behind what we're going to do today. That's what we're going for. Okay, so I have my little quote written out. Right. And so now I'm just going to go around the 3 words that are in cursive and get ready to color those in. So I'm going to use a Posca pen to color the inside. I think it will cover up the pencil line on the inside. I'm going to see. It's opaque, so I think it will. This will be a really good technique for a larger art journal where the writing won't be quite as small. I'm gonna also be outlining these letters. So with black, so they'll stand out a little bit better. Okay, I'm just going to use a little permanent fabric marking pen. I have no idea what brand this is or where I got it, but I got it because it was permanent, and it's basically like a one of these little Sharpies with the finer point, the ultra fine. So it's like that. So I'm going to use that. That Sharpie's kind of given out over there. But I'm just going to outline the words with this. Okay. So it looks like that. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of doodling to finish off the page. I think I want these two little words to be a little bit thicker. So I'm going to use the Posca pen. I think I'm going to use the same Posca pen to just outline where my border is here. And I know this is not even or anything, but I didn't intend it to be. I intended it to be very random. Random can be very enjoyable. See how neat that looks? I like it. Okay. And I think I'll just use the black to dot the eyes here and here. I might just make it a little bigger and put yellow in the center, so it will match the rest of the words. I think I'm going to add a little bit to the border. Here and there. Okay. So I punched some flowers, or I die cut some flowers out of some of that same watercolor book text that I had used earlier for the background. And I don't know exactly how I want to place these. I'm kind of just thinking about it. I think maybe like that. That looks kind of cute. Okay, so I'm just going to put a coat of the Collage Page on now. So the last thing, or the next thing, I don't know if it'll necessarily be the last, but the next thing I want to do is add some of these adhesive gems to the centers of the flowers. So we got a little blinged out page. A little bit of bling here and there. Okay, and I think the last thing I'm going to do, other than I'm going to edge it with the Stays On. All right, I'm going to take that little small fabric marking pen again, and I think I'm going to add a few smiles around my page. So we're just going to do a few of these here and there. Okay, so I'll show you what it looks like, and then I'll go around the edge. That's kind of cute. I like that. And I like the color, and I like the way it blends with the page beside it. It looks nice. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this morsel, and we will see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.